You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Yeah! Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm Jim.
I'm Bree.
And we are your astute counselors for the week to solve any of the daily or weekly grind problems that you have. Well, let's get right at it. The first question is from Jose from Nogales, Arizona. He writes, Dear Win, I have recently ran across some of the illegal immigrant children crossing the southern border. Should I help these kids out, or what should I do? Bree, what do you think?
Geez, that's, I feel like that's a big thing to take on personally. I don't know. If you're gonna be kind to your fellow human being, maybe if you have PB&Js on you, hand them out.
PB&J, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're under the assumption that they would actually like PB&J, you think?
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't like PB&J.
Yeah, that's probably pretty nationally desired. I don't know about that. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I believe you said these children were coming over illegally?
Yes, correct.
So I think that answers your question right there. And the only thing you should be helping them do is turn around and go back home.
Turn around and go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say, Jim, that's a nice kind of fallacy that you think they'll just go right back home after spending all those days and weeks to try to get into Nogales. I would say what you really need to do is to take all that PB&J that Bree suggested and plant it on the other side of the border, so all the kids going to run over there like ants and want the PB&J that way. And if we supply Mexico with a bunch of PB&J sandwiches, then maybe all of a sudden they will not try to cross the border anymore. So something to think about, Jose. I don't know. I mean, if you could pull that off, then, that might be the way to solve the problem. And matter of fact, take all three of our pieces of advice into play. I think they're all pretty decent in this one. Well, okay, the next one comes from Stacy from Minneapolis. She writes, Dear Win, I really like and have so much in common with this guy who I've been seeing off and on for the past several months, but I'm a little scared to commit to him because of my past relationship. What should I do? Jim?
At some point, you have to learn to love again. You have to put yourself out there and, take a leap off the cliff. 'Cause if all you do is protect yourself for the rest of your life, life's going to be pretty mediocre and boring. But if you do take that leap, if you do try and embrace love, then, you'll have peaks and valleys. But that's a lot more interesting than a flatline, mediocre life.
Yeah, almost like you need a defibrillator at that point.
Yeah.
Have you had any experience with that, Bree?
Needing a defibrillator?
Well, hopefully not that.
No, I haven't. No.
But, kind of coming from Stacy's perspective, do you know what she's talking about, and what do you think is the right thing for her to do?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, committing is hard for a lot of people. She's not alone, for sure. She's definitely not alone. But I think that you do need to learn from the past, for sure. And so I would encourage her to write out a detailed list of everything that was right and everything that was wrong in her past relationship, and put her new boyfriend through a series of tests.
Physical and mental, or?
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends, of course, on what it's called for.
Right.
Like, I had an ex-boyfriend who called me every day, which I thought was bothersome, I guess.
Well, I mean, after you guys broke up, or before you broke up?
No, just during our relationship.
Oh, okay.
So he just showed you that he cared a little too much for you.
And you didn't like that?
I guess it's just that's not the way that I wanted to be shown. So I would encourage her, if, for example, if she had a similar problem,
right,
to just call him 10 times a day.
Oh, that's a good idea. So it's almost like a reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly. See how he responds to it.
Right.
It's sort of like whatever issue that I had, I would just put it on the new boyfriend and see if it bothers him. And if it does bother him, then he's meant for me, because that means that we both feel the same way about it.
I like that. That's a nice woman's touch to the perspective. Stacy, however, I would say write out a new Bible, and we'll call it a dating Bible. And you lay down some hardcore rules that this man will have to follow. And if he doesn't follow them, then don't commit. If he follows them, then take that leap of faith. And if he does break that Bible, even one time, throw him off the cliff. And then you don't have to worry about the boyfriend anymore. Well, anyway, winner, you take whatever you think is best out of that. Let's go to Adam from Orlando. He writes, Dear Win, should I get a new car or a motorcycle? And I live in Florida. I know that from being in Orlando, Adam. Thank you, winner. That is a good question. I don't know. I'll start off with this one. Adam, I would say since you live in Orlando, Florida, and there's probably a decent amount of sun and a ton of humidity, maybe what you want to do is get a car, a convertible, instead of a motorcycle so you don't get hit in the face so much with bugs. And plus, since you're probably a guy that might be interested in spending the summers with other people, you can get more people in that car. I don't know. What do you think, Bree?
Oh yeah, that's great advice. I definitely see where you're coming from on that. I'm gonna go the other way with that though, and I'm gonna say definitely a motorcycle.
Why motorcycle?
Well, because if you are going to be spending the summers with people, you're going to need to make yourself attractive in some way, and not only a motorcycle, but just probably change your entire persona so that you fit a motorcycle. It doesn't seem like the car motorcycle thing is really the issue at heart. It sounds like he's making sort of like an existential identity decision. I'm just reading between the lines here.
So
but,
you're thinking maybe the bad boy look.
Yeah,
like a motorcycle,
absolutely.
leather
Try
and the
something
whole
new.
nine. Oh.
Try the bad boy thing.
What do you think, Jim?
I think you should walk everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Build up those quads.
Okay.
Get some sun. Yeah, that's
Just
my
walk
advice.
everywhere. All right, fair enough. Well, that's going to do it this week for Good, Bad, and Ugly. And let's get one more piece of advice for you to get you through the rest of the week with a nice, friendly little horoscope.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
For all you cancers out there, it's just a sign. It doesn't mean you're going to die soon from cancer. Doesn't mean necessarily you're susceptible to getting cancer. All it means is it's a sign that you were born with. A sign from the heavens that maybe someday you will strive to greatness before you end up actually dying of cancer. So take that into account.
Thanks for listening to Win on KZKO. Don't forget to interact with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. See you next week.